The FX series, American Crime Story, The People versus O.J. Simpson. I love it. I'm caught up, and we're getting toward the season finale. In the Red Velvet Cake Studios this morning is the guy who plays Carl Douglas, the managing attorney for O.J. Simpson's dream team. His real name is Dale Godboldo.
Yep, that's it.
And you are originally from Dallas.
Yes.
And you're here in Dallas.
Yes.
Because you're doing something for the finale?
I'm watching the season finale with my local Dallas family. You know, we're having a fundraiser on April 5th at 7 o'clock down at Azure on Beltline.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch the show live. I'm going to do a Q&A, take you behind the scenes on the trial, behind the scenes on the set, and just celebrate this show, celebrate the conversation. You know, with my Dallas family.
There's a lot of conversation about this series, man.
There's so much conversation.
Man. Wow. Okay, well, when the actual trial was going on, where were you and how old were you?
I was 18, turning 19. I was on the Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah.
And were you following the trial?
I was following the trial as much as I could. You know, we were literally working during the day, but we would, leave the set and then crowd around the television.
Everybody in America was doing the same thing, whatever their job was.
But it had to be different because you were very young. And so what was your knowledge of O.J. as the trial was going on?
Well, that was the thing. I mean, obviously my parents were huge fans of O.J. Simpson, and I knew of him. I knew he had records. I'd seen clips of him, growing up, watching him play in commercials and the Naked Gun, the Naked Gun movies. But I didn't personally love O.J. I had no personal affinity for him.
Yeah. Do you think he did it?
Do I think he did it? That's a good question, man. That's a good question.
I'm sure you've been asked that a time or two.
Yeah, that's not the first
honestly,
time.
I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what I do know is that one of the things that I was excited about doing this show was because I felt that at the end of the show, I would understand, I think the whole world would understand why he was acquitted. And I do agree with the acquittal. Based on what the jury was given, based on the evidence, based on the Mark Furman tapes and the facts on the ground and what they could prove, I don't think the jury had a choice but to acquit.
Now, your character.
You sound like Carl Douglas just
Your
then.
character, Carl Douglas, believed
absolutely
that he was not guilty.
Absolutely. And that was what was really unique and exciting for me to play Carl Douglas, because I think as you watch the show, most of the attorneys, the Dream Team attorneys, there's a lot of things going on in terms of what's driving them to get the acquittal for OJ. I always felt Carl Douglas was one of the most, if not the most, absolutely genuine in the simple fact that OJ is innocent in his eyes, right? And the prosecution's job is to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, and full stop for Carl Douglas. And that was, I think, a unique perspective. I think even in America, everyone was all over the place in terms of what they thought, but Carl was very clear.
Now, one of the things that they have already done is try to say that this was drug related.
Yeah, that's one of the theories.
That's one of the theories. Yeah. And then another theory was that Mark Furman and the LAPD set him up.
Yeah, that's right.
Planted the evidence. There was one theory that I have not seen, and here we are at the finale, about the son, Jason.
Yes.
Possibly being the
because that
the
was
murderer.
talked about at the time.
That was talked about, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything on Jason.
Yeah, Jason. And it was interesting for the actor, because I talked to the actor a little bit about how he was going to play that, just in terms of, look, the camera's on you, flying around all the time. You never know what they're going to capture, so you always have to be in the moment. And so each actor has a perspective on every moment that's going on during the show, during every scene. Even if Cochran is doing his monologue, all of the actors have an opinion on that. And so I was curious with Jason, is he playing that Jason did it? Is that his motivation? And I don't know ultimately what his decisions are. But,
or what will come out tomorrow night.
Or what will come out tomorrow night. But that is a fascinating theory to me.
Is there any truth to the rumor that the Kardashian girls were involved in the murder?
I don't know. Well, they're involved in everything else, so why not?
Gosh, who knew they were so involved.
That story
someone
is like really deep in there, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone said that the OJ versus the People is a prequel.
The Kardashians. story.
That's
a
all
prequel
it
to
is.
the Kardashian.
It's just a prequel to the Kardashians. They're like the
Courtney
linchpin
Vance
of
is
popular.
so good as Johnny Cochran. When I saw the real Johnny Cochran on the film, I'm like, who the hell is that guy?
Yeah.
Cochran, Courtney is more Cochran
so
than
good,
Cochran.
man.
Yeah.
So we got one more episode.
One more episode,
And
April
that's
5th,
Tomorrow
Tuesday.
night.
You
And-
still
and
believe he
so,
did it? You really don't think he
A
did
lot
it?
of people remember you from the Mickey Mouse Club, but and obviously, you're an actor, so but this had to have been, knowing that you were there at the time when all of this was going on, what goes on in your head as you're putting this character together, and did you have any conversation with Carl Douglas?
Oh man, I didn't talk to Carl Douglas during shooting, but right after we finished, we've gotten together a couple times, and he's blown my mind. He is one of the most brilliant legal minds today, and he's currently one of the top attorneys
What did he
in the
tell
country.
you? What did he tell you?
Obviously, he didn't tell me anything that was confidential, but there were things that
yeah.
were told that were shared during the trial that the jury saw that we at home either didn't see or it didn't resonate with us the same way.
Right.
Just things like what is that? We've all been watching that crime show. I think it's EDT or that
What the
the chemical that's in the that preserves the blood.
right?
Yeah.
Well, that was in some of OJ's, some of the crime scene blood.
Yeah.
That preservative, which basically states that it's been planted. So there were things like that came out during the trial that we don't remember. We didn't even know what that was at the time.
I know. I'm just amazed. I'm caught up, and I can't wait for the finale.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
going to happen tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
And you're
excited and we
watching
know
your
how
show
it
watch
ends. Isn't that crazy?
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night at Azure. Absolutely. 7 o'clock.
Congratulations, Dale. Good job.
Yeah.
Great, man. Great.
Got to be there at the top. You got 2 minutes to make it there on time.